Just a quick recap of last night. Again, just proud of our team. It was just what we needed. A great response. It's far from perfect, but man, we played tough and we played physical. And that's just the basic things you got to do to have a chance to win a football game. So it was good to see us, really show up with the right mindset and mentality. Proud of the guys again for how they responded. And to win the division outright. I think that's our 10th division and 9th outright. So, just really proud of the guys for getting it done and, putting ourselves in position to have a really good finish. But we got to stay focused on, the task at hand and really build on what we did last week. So, again, really proud of the guys. A good game. Offensively, ran the ball well. Moffitt, Shipley were great. Several big plays. We were 71% completion. We scored touchdowns in the red zone. We were perfect in the red zone. We had a great start to the game, a really good end of the second quarter, a great start to the third quarter, and a good finish. But, too many penalties, too many turnovers. As we talked about last night, the turnovers, it's crazy what's happened the last three games, just really loose with the ball. But, we're very fortunate to be 2-1 in those games and missed out on we should have easily had two more third downs, which would have put us on track for our quality control. But just really, just poor situation awareness. We had the fumble on one and the other one just we had it and trying to do too much. Just hang on, just go up field north south, and you got the first down easy. But we still got to improve in a lot of areas. I thought that we did a really good job, picking up a lot of their pressures and for the most part covering guys up. We had a few guys get loose on us here or there, but proud of how they responded. I thought DJ, he graded a winner. He bounced back, which was really good to see. He had two average games, so I thought he played well. And that's how he's got to play for us to have a chance to win. And then defensively, we played tough. We played physical. Gave up too many charity plays where we just, one guy doesn't do his job here or there. The two third down runs were disappointing. And then obviously right there at the end of the game, on that last play, we did not play that very well at all. But good opportunity to teach. Had two freshman corners in there, trying to get them some experience, and a good opportunity to coach those guys and keep bringing them along. But I thought Barrett Carter was phenomenal, and I thought Trotter was outstanding as well. But we played tough up front, probably Brazil's best game, and a lot of good things. But got the two turnovers. Had the two stop on fourth downs. Those are kind of like turnovers. So that really was what, allowed us to win the game, because they got no points off of turnovers, and we were able to kind of offset the turnovers with getting some of our own. Did a great job on third down, and then we got after the quarterback, 4 sacks, 9 TFLs. But again, I didn't like how we finished at the end. We had, got loose on a really gave up probably 80 yards in the fourth quarter there that we didn't need to give up. There were some loose balls that we didn't come up with. We got to do a better job in the red zone and everybody doing their job so that we can hold them to a field goal. And then, a lot of good things. Special teams was solid. Antonio, I think, averaged 12.5 a return. But, a lot of good things. But the biggest thing was just seeing the toughness of our guys. I thought it was a very physical game. And I thought mentally they did a great job all week and really responded well. So that's all you can ask of your guys. And we just got to continue to really work to improve on some of our details that some of these guys still making some mistakes with, because, we want to have a great finish, and it doesn't get any easier. So excited about the opportunity this week, senior day. It would be a big deal. And again, an opportunity just to get a 10th win for the 12th year in a row. That's a special thing to be able to achieve something like that. So that's an opportunity for us this week. And again, just to continue to have the best possible finish that we can. Injury-wise, we came through it pretty good. The main guy is Venables. He pulled his hamstring pretty good, so he's going to be out for a little while. And I hate that for him because he really was he had really just kind of gotten himself back rolling. He's had several injuries and freak things that he's had to deal with, but he had a great week of practice and was excited for him for the game. But he's a tough kid and just hate it for him. But he'll bounce back. But other than that, I think we're in a good spot. And hopefully, get the guys that were out, get them maybe back this week. Bo, we'll see where he's at. I think they're going to work him back into practice, but we'll see where he's at as we go. But other than that, proud of our guys and looking forward to another great week.
Yeah, but with Tyler, is it a situation where he could possibly come back for maybe the South Carolina or UNC games, or is it more likely the bowl?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's hard to predict. I mean, I would say for sure, probably best case, probably maybe South Carolina or the championship game. But you never know how those things are going to respond and all that stuff. But I know this: he'll work his butt off to get back whenever he can.
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor. How did Mitchell Mays grade at guard?
He did pretty good. I was proud of him. I mean, he had a few plays here or there where he didn't cover a guy up or got on the edge of a guy, but overall, a very good first start for him, and so proud of him. We ran the ball very well, and again, he had some minuses here or there, but it was a good start for him, and I think a big confidence builder and something he can build on. And Trent Howard got in there a little bit too, and he did well also.
Yeah, but this is Larry. Given how well Barrett just seemed to see everything at that position, is there any merit to switching things back to the way they were, I guess, last year with Trenton playing Sam and Barrett at will? Yeah,
well, I mean, I think that's what we do as coaches is always evaluate, and I'd say it gives us a lot of flexibility for sure with how we can use our personnel.
With Trenton, is he a guy that, I mean, I'm sure he's still pretty comfortable if y'all do end up making that switch. Is he a guy that is still reps some there? Do you feel good about what you saw from him last year there?
Oh, yeah, Trent can play anywhere. I mean, he's a dang – I don't know, one of them awards. He's a finalist for one of them. You don't get lucky and do that. He's a special player. But I think definitely certainly that's Barrett's where he's going to be long term, and but it gives us a little flexibility coming off a game like that. But Trenton, yeah, he played great last year, and his knowledge of the game has grown so much. He's got 9 games playing inside, so and he's had 2 years playing a little bit on the edge and doing some multiple things. So again, we've got a little bit more flexibility within our personnel that we didn't have going into that game. So I think that's a blessing.
Coach, do you know Mario Cristobal at all, or any of that staff that he's put together at Miami?
I know him a little. When he was the head coach at, I think it was FIU, maybe FAU, one of those. He came up here and spent a day or so. That was the first time I met him. And then have crossed paths here or there. And then obviously he was at Alabama. Crossed paths with him once or twice when he was at Oregon on the recruiting trail. But then once he came into the league, I've been in, meetings with him and conference calls with him and all those type of things. So, but yeah, I know a lot of people down there. I mean, starting with Dan Radakovich, right? We got a battle of the ADs this week. That ought to be fun. We should maybe bring Graham and Dan out for the coin toss or something. That'd be good. But yeah, I know a lot of people on his staff. He's put a great staff together, and I know a bunch of those guys, but have gotten to know Mario a little bit over the years. A heck of a coach.
Coach, I thought that last play before halftime, the D-line did a good job bringing pressure on Cunningham, not allowing him to get off a Hail Mary. Was that the intent to flush him out of the pocket there?
Yeah, I mean, you got 2 seconds on the clock, so you don't want to let him sit there and hold the ball, and then obviously in that situation, if he as far out as they were, if he does tuck it and run, you just got to go get him down, and he got a little more than I'd like for him to have got, but we were able to get him down, and unfortunately got hurt, but I think he's going to be okay. I had a chance to talk to him after the game, and hopefully he'll be back sooner than later.
Coach, I saw Commissioner Phillips on the sideline. Just curious what his reaction to Military Appreciation Day was.
I have not talked to him, so I don't know. But, he just texted me after the game, great win, congrats on winning the division and all that. He just said, as usual, always a great atmosphere in Clemson, but we didn't talk. I didn't talk to him. That was just a text, so I'm sure he loved it.
Dabo, this is Chapel with the State. You mentioned that last play of the game. What was the miscommunication there with the defensive backs?
Yeah, we just it's kind of a cover two pressure, and your corner has to kind of overlap right there, and just didn't really overlap like we need to. But that's something, again, we could have helped him a little bit with a young guy in there, but we'll learn from it.
Yeah, but I know it's still a few weeks away, but UNC clinching the Coastal last night. Just have you followed them at all this year, and Drake May and their quarterback, and kind of the bounce back season the Max had down there, or up there, I guess?
Yeah, a little bit. We haven't had a lot of crossover games with them, with the teams that we have been playing, and that team haven't played them. I want to say maybe maybe there was one game, but not a lot as far as that part. But I've been able to watch them a good bit and see them, and they've just gotten better and better and better as the year has gone. Offensively, they've been incredibly explosive all year, and it looks like defensively they've gotten better and better as the year has gone. So that's why they won the division, be a great matchup here in a few weeks. But both of us got work to do before we get to that.
Yeah, but one thing maybe overshadowed by Barrett at the linebacker position is Woodaz and how fast and confident he looked last night. Does that also give you a lot of added flexibility there at those positions?
Yeah, not just this year either, Larry. I'd say for the next few years, Woodaz, he's a baller. He's very similar to Barrett. He's very similar to Isaiah. He's more like Barrett than Isaiah. And what I mean by that is just, he's just Isaiah, he wasn't a great player when he got here. He had a lot to learn. Whereas Barrett and Woodaz, they were ready the day they got here. I mean, they're like veterans the time they showed up. They really understand football at a very high level. And Woodaz, he played quarterback most of his career, and he played all safety. So, I mean, the game comes easy to him. And then he's just got great, attributes. He's long, he's tough, he's smart, he can really run. He's a physical kid by nature. So, I mean, he's one of those guys like Barrett that can play a lot of positions. He can play anywhere. I mean, he really could go play safety for us and be excellent. It's great that he's been able to, and that's why we played him this year. I mean, he was just obviously ready to play and, be a special teams guy and be a guy that we would bring along as the season went. So good to see him. Got him a sack, and he's got a lot of confidence. He's going to be a good one. He's going to be a really good player for us.
Hey, Dabo, this is Anna. I guess outside of a couple of plays, you have to be pretty pleased with the cornerback play right now.
Yeah, I think Sheridan has done a nice job. He's been very steady. Again, he's been around a while, played a lot of ball. He's a smart kid. He's really he's a student of the game, and he's been a very steady and calming presence out there. And then Nate he's a little inconsistent at times on some things that we need, but you saw some physicality yesterday. He makes a lot of plays on the ball. I was obviously really disappointed with the double move big play, and that's more to me. It's 24/7, and to me that's a young player that really isn't processing the situation of the game and what's happening. And because you're watching the game, they're not really moving it at all, so they need a big chunk, and you just can't give that up. And it's not like they ran some trick play, and so that's an area he's got to continue to improve. It's just really just overall awareness. But man, he's a very skilled kid, and he's tough. And like I said, you saw some of his physicality yesterday. He missed a tackle on the hitch. That was not good. But both of those guys have really given us, some continuity and stability at the corner position. And I think Nate's just going to get better and better and better. Again, this is a first-year starter, still a young player. I think it's important to him. And I think he's got an incredibly high upside. But, really wanted to get those two young guys in there, and obviously they go right at him. But probably put Jaden in a tough spot there on that pressure call. But he hadn't really had a lot of reps at it. But just trying to bring those two guys along because we really need them to be ready to roll down the stretch.
Hey, Coach, it's David Hood. A guy that probably doesn't get talked about a whole lot is R.J. Mickens, but he seems to have a knack for the big play and seems to be a guy that just keeps coming along and just getting better every time we see him.
Yeah, he's a very good football player, plays a lot of positions for us, incredibly smart, instinctive to the game, sees things before they happen, incredibly coachable, tough physical guy. His father played a long time in the NFL, and I mean, he's just been, he's grown up around ball his whole life and just really gets it on a lot of levels that a lot of kids don't. Really proud of him. I mean, he's you saw him play multiple positions yesterday, and you'll continue to see that. But he's really, really growing into a very good and dependable player for us.
Coach, y'all have had a lot of success on your opening drives this season. What do you attribute that to? Is it just Coach Streeter doing a good job scripting plays, or does it maybe take a little bit of a pressure off DJ having that script?
Well, I mean, everybody scripts plays, but it's rarely that you stay on script as you go through your opening drive. Because you don't know when a second and long is going to come up, or a third down, or third and long. You always have openers. And you try to get through those, very rarely do you get through all your openers on an opening drive. So you work through those, in the first quarter or so. But I just think great preparation. The guys, I mean, I believe 7 out of our 10 games we've scored on the opening drive. I think that's right. And I think one of those that we didn't, we scored on the second drive against Florida State. But obviously the past 2 weeks weren't very good. But we've started pretty fast. We just got to be a little more inconsistent in between, and a lot of it is turnovers and penalties. We continue to shoot ourselves in some foot. I mean, jumping off sides on first down. I don't know how many times we've done that. It just puts you in a hole, and and then just a few missed plays. We had 3 trips in plus territory yesterday that we got 0 points, and so again, not perfect yesterday, but. Again, we played tough. We played physical. The quarterback played well. We made some big plays. But I do like how we started for sure.
Dabo, I know DJ ran it early. I think the first 2 plays of the game, and then Jake got involved some early too. Was that kind of a couple of focuses for the offense going into this week?
Yeah, we felt like, especially with their style of play, that was going to be important to run DJ, and then, just kind of, coming off of 2 really just not so great weeks, wanted to try to just see if we could just, get him involved early with the run game and kind of settle him in. And he did a great job for us. I mean, it was a great touchdown run that he made, really well blocked and well set up. And he did a great job of finishing it and did a good job on several plays throughout the game. So proud of him, and he's at his best when he's really involved in all aspects of the game and he gets in some rhythm. And it was definitely a focus for us, just trying to get him going early.
With XT out, how do you feel about the depth of defensive end right now? And then with Miles coming off the bench yesterday, was that just another situation where you felt like Justin was playing better?
I didn't even know who started, to be honest with you. So I guess so. I didn't know even who ran out there first. Those guys all play a lot. But, to answer your question, I mean, we only had X for 3 games and very limited in those 3 games. So I feel good about our depth because we've got guys that have played a lot of snaps, 10 games now. So it's not like, they're rookies. And Swint has played a ton of football for us. And feel good about, where he is. And then those other guys have had really good years. Miles has had a good year. Maskell's done a lot of good things. And KJ, by far, has had his best year. So, we probably got more than most. You always. I certainly wish we had Xavier Thomas, but I don't think we got anything to complain about.
Anybody else for Coach?
Yeah, Dabo, with Brazil, do you feel like this is something he can build off of this past week? And just where do you feel like he is as he tries to get back physically to closer to 100%?
Yeah, I think he played his best game. So, that's a good sign as he's been able to put some weeks together here and really just kind of, he obviously was very disappointed in how he played last week, but he went back to work, had a good week of practice and, great mentality and mindset. And definitely outside of a couple of plays, he really, I thought, played his best game. So we'll see if we can build on that and really finish up the season the way, he's capable of.
Anyone else? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thanks, guys. See y'all this week.